Well, hello everybody. Let's try that one again. Bash, how we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another One Leeds Watchalong. Let's just get rid of that score, which hasn't started yet. Good start, Connor. How we all doing, everybody? It's Connor. Yeah, we're back here. Stick with us for the Watchalong. The second watch-along of the season. Obviously, Leeds United taking on West Bromwich Albion. Hope you're going to be here with me throughout this. It's... I don't know how I feel, to be honest with you. It's a big game. It's a big game for Leeds United today. The lineups have been released. Jack Clark is on the ether. We've been speaking about him left, right, and Charlie. I'm really negative going into this, and I don't want to be. I really don't want to be. I want to be in a position where I have been throughout the preseason. Do you know what I mean? Where it is very, very, very supportive of this club. And when I say supportive, I'm still going to, I'm obviously a fan of the club massively. I create, my life is around Leeds United, but I have to say, like, what's being shown at the minute is, it's not good. It's not good. The start of the season is not good. What we've seen in the media is not good. The reaction from the 49ers so far on the 17th of August, I was correct on the counterpoint. I was asked, will we do anything? Will we do anything this week? I said no, and here we are, because Leeds have got 2 games in a week. All the time this happens. I've said this on the channel multiple times. When they've got 2 games in a week, they never do anything, and I don't know why. It's bizarre, hence why we always seem to do stuff towards the back end of the window. It's good to see Stuart Dallas in the studio as well. It looks like he's got fuller cheeks now from the Bielsa days where he was gawk. But yeah, I'm trying to find positives, everybody. And let's have a look at the starting 11s that you can see on either side here. I'll shout out everyone in the chat in a minute. West Brom have gone with Palmer, Furlong, Bartley, Jay, Hegem at the back, which is, if we're being honest, sort of a similar back four. It feels like West Brom have had for the past 10 years. Going into midfield, Jason Malumbi, Alex Mowat, Tom Fellows, John Swift, Carlin Grant, and Madger up front. Madger got 3 last week, and we should be winning. Football's not played on paper. I wish it was, but I don't care, what people say. Well, I do care what people say. I don't know what I'm talking about there. But I disagree heavily with people that suggest that maybe we don't have as good a lineup as West Bromwich Albion, and this should be an easy win for West Bromwich Albion. Football isn't played on paper, and that's why we have this conversation right now of this is going to be a really, really tough game. Asked me at the start of the week, Rutter, asked me 2 weeks ago after Valencia, how am I feeling? Confident. Really, really, really confident. Now I'm a little bit more worried. I look at that starting 11, Melee, Bogle, Strauch, Rodon, Firpo. I like Strauch back in there. He needed to come in after Verba's horror show. I didn't think he was as bad as people made out, but he did not have a good game. Grev and Ampadu, I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for Rothwell, and Farke's doing what Farke does, which is stick by the regulars and not really show any innovation, in my opinion, when it comes to your lineup. There's one player midweek who stood out to us all. Said it throughout the season. He's a little bit more progressive, a little bit more direct. You can put him in that 10 if you want. Rothwell's played there for Blackburn before and looked good. And his speed of thought, his decision-making is always advantageous in that final third. Now we don't have Rutter. What are the options? Perot and Aronson. Now, for me, Perot is not quick enough decision-making. At decision-making, I don't think his speed of thought is good enough. I think he takes too many touches in and around the area, which makes a defensive player in someone like Jason Malumbi, who's absolutely hot on your heels. He's like a terrier in there. He's going to absolutely love Joel Peru in there because he takes his time and he's barely able to ride tackles. I'd have been more pressed to have started Aronson in there just for a bit of energy and endeavour, to be honest with you. Because I know Brendan's not going to produce moments of magic, although he did against Portsmouth. I guess you could argue. But what he is going to, provide is a little bit of assistance when it comes to Joseph in terms of that pressing ember that we need. And yeah, it's a massive downgrade. There's no, there's no way about it when you're looking at Rutter as a comparison to Peru and Aronson. It is a massive downgrade. It's a huge downgrade. So for me, I'd have probably looked at Aronson in the 10. Potentially even Rothwell in the 10. I've said that on the preview to the game, really. I think Rothwell in the 10 is the speed of thought and the accuracy of passing and the intelligence that he's played there before. I think Rothwell would have been a good decision in that 10. But I feel like that decision for Daniel Farke is a little bit too... it's a little bit too brave, and we know he's not very brave when it comes to selection. So let's get into a few of your comments anyway. I want to get the temperature of the chat. Hello, everybody, as well. We've got a new member in Sean Hodgson. Hi, Sean. Jay's in the building. I'll go for a 2-2 as my prediction. No idea. And do you know what, Jay? The crazy thing is now, mate, if you'd have asked me at the start of the week, or if you'd have asked me, I don't know, like a day ago, I'd have turned around to you and gone, nah, it's a tough game. It's a really tough game, but Leeds United going up as champions, top 2. This is a game where I believe Leicester won last year. This is a game where I think Southampton won last year. You know, I think Ipswich got a result, didn't they, as well? And the reason I'm mentioning that is because, you know, when you're at the top of when you're vying for those top 2 positions, these are games that the top 2 win. You know, Burnley will end up going here and winning if they are to finish in the top 2. You might get Sheffield United getting a scrappy win. That's what's going to happen in these West Brom games. So we need to be part of that. But now Rutter's gone. And we are hearing a sweet FA. Bearing in mind, Conor McGilligan, was the backer of the 49ers and still am. There is days left of this window. You know, we now have, 13 days left. I am backing them to make a big signing, but it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder for me to be positive. It really is. And I've been really positive. I've tried not to be negative. I've actually got on people who are negative about this. And I've tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. But as we are speaking right now, the club is embroiled with negativity. And I feel that. I feel that as well. And I'm not going to BS you guys on that. The club at the minute, as we sit here right now, is shambolic in terms of communication, in terms of PR, and in terms of what's going on. None of us know what's going on. No, none of us know what's going on. But today, a win, as Matt J said, would 100% lift the mood. And that's what we need right now. And I'm now looking at it, as Jay said, and I'm thinking, all right, well, a 2-2 would be a good result. You know, it'd be a really good result. And we'll come away from here unscathed. Defensive solidarity, Joseph on the score sheet, that'd make me happy, and some good performances. A 2-2 would. And that's not where I was thinking. I'm very much now thinking that this squad is good enough for top 6. Whereas beforehand, I was saying this squad is good enough, is more than good enough to win the league. Sujal says, hey, Connor and all Leeds fans, here we go again. Really not sure I can watch today. No Georgie, no fun. And you're right, mate. I started seeing the normal tripe from a section of our fan base the other night who were suggesting that, yeah, Georgie went, you know, F him. He went anyway, left us in the lurch, which is classic copium from this fan base. And saying that he wasn't really that good anyway. We saw the same thing with Somerville. We saw the same thing with Rafinha. Some of the fan base even, you know, said the same thing about Calvin. But it feels like that is copium for Leeds fans to just say, yeah, these players they weren't that good anyway. Let's see how different we look now, because I'm telling you, this kid was everything for us, and it's crippled me. Rutter's hurt more than anything. He's way more than Archie for me, because I'm not that fan who, as you guys know, you might hate it, you might love it, who's not embroiled in sentiment when it comes to previous players. Like, you know, I was never embroiled in as much sentiment with Dallas and Ayling and Cooper and Phillips. You know, I'm very much like, you know, the player on the pitch is what means everything to me. And yeah, if they've got a connection with the club, that's great as well. Rutter had all of it. Rutter had absolutely all of it. And yeah, I think that's why we're all really, really upset. Paul says, have you got some positives for us today? The team is better than West Brom's, mate. And it's more than good enough to beat West Brom's. That's my positive today. That Leeds United 11 right there is better than that West Bromwich Albion 11. So my positive today, my copium, is that Leeds United and Daniel Farke, Mr. Farke, no excuses for me, fella. This is a game where that team is more than good enough. And even the bench, when you look at it, Rothwell, Aronson, Verba, Gelhardt, Crew, I'm not involved in the other ones. But, you know, listen, it's good enough. It's good enough. You look at their bench, they've got Devante Cole, terrible signing. Dean Garner, not bad on the bench. Jed Wallace is okay. But, you know, look, it's not good enough. It's more than good enough, I should say, Leeds United. Brandon's in the building. Hey, Brandon. Farke and Southgate's tactic are literally the same boring possession football and rely on moments of magic like Jude and Rutter carrying. Brandon, I wish I could disagree with you, mate. I wish I could disagree with you. Patreon's been firing lately, plus your YouTube content. I appreciate it, mate. Thanks, bud. Patreon, as Rye knows, is flying right now. I keep saying we've got a soft launch of something coming. We have. I kind of have a new business partner, which is, you know, I'm trying to elevate this channel. and he's taking his time, but it's to get the best product for you guys. I know loads of you are going to love it, and it's coming soon. So yeah, a bit of journalistic practice in there. I've been sort of slipping bits of it into Patreon as well. We had the full Generation Leeds chat on there last night as well. So yeah, Loft says mid-table incoming. Any news on incoming? Yeah, from what I know, mate, from what I've been told this morning, as I always say on this, you do not have to believe a word I say. I'm not an ITK. I'm lucky to be in the position that I'm in, that I used to work in that world. And I've got, you can speak to a few people who you made decent connections with on, on the other side. People like to, I get a lot of flack because I'm a freelance journalist, but I also run my own YouTube channel. A lot of people don't like that, which is absolutely fine, but that's my income, So, and the reason I'm saying that is because being a freelance journalist, I've been, lucky enough to make some fantastic contacts in the game. In terms of this journalism game, and you can sort of ask the question. They don't have to tell you, but you can ask the question at least, and that's a positive thing. So I've asked the question from a lot of Sunderland side, as you guys know. When I used to work for Reach, we worked with the Northeast. It was Yorkshire and the Northeast, and from that side of things, there's nothing yet from what they know. However, people close to the club could have NDAs. Leeds could have put on them NDAs. Sunderland could have put on them NDAs, which is a non-disclosure agreement, of which they can't say. They can't say what they know. So this is the thing at this moment in time. It might be happening, and these people have signed NDAs. I'm not talking about the journalists there, but the sources that people get stuff from. But as of right now, Jack Clark isn't happening. Josh Appleton became a YouTube member. Shout out to you, my man. Thanks for that, buddy. Sam says, you say this, but they'll still beat us because they have a more astute manager. Sam, I agree with you, mate. I agree. Look, I was saying it last season, asked who's the better manager, Corberan or Farke. Corberan. All day. Farke's had 2 20th positions and he's had 2 promotions. I think there's a lack of bravery sometimes with his management. I think he's an obvious manager. There's nothing that I get from him where I go, ooh, wow. We were getting fed last week that we're now playing in the half spaces and all this sort of stuff. Well, we'll see now, won't we? And if it look fantastic, absolutely fantastic. If he gets it right, bob on. I'm supporting the man, of course I am. But I think there's better managers out there, 100%. I think there's 2 or 3 in this division that are better than him. For me, Farke's Parker. So shout out to him. He's done all right. He got away with Wednesday, didn't he? He got away with Wednesday. Of course he did. Even though he was saying in the press conference that the whole Rutter thing was a bit overcast. The first half were all right. Anyone else think that? First half when it was 0-0, we weren't great. Borough weren't great, but it was 0-0. We came out the second half and it was an SHIT show. So were they impacted by Rutter in the second half and not the first half? Nah, I'm not buying it, everyone. I'm just not buying it. Like, we'll wait and see. Look, we come out here and there's an absolute plan in place. And I think he's been really, really hampered, by the way, by what's going on at the minute. I will say that. But you ain't telling me that squad's not good enough. Still. It's still good enough. Do not let him off the leash now, because if we lose these games and he comes out, which he will, afterwards with excuse, we're trying to get players in, we've had the players' mindsets have been elsewhere. Don't have that. That squad's still more than good enough. Still more than good enough, at least to get into the top 6. So if that's correct, then they should be competing with this lot, shouldn't they? Because they'll be in the top 6. So, that's my look on it, to be honest. But I agree. I completely agree with all of you. He's been dealt a rough hand. He has. The team's still good enough. The team is still good enough. And for all this, Farke will walk. No, he won't, because it's the biggest job, in my opinion, he'll ever have. He is for me, a mediocre manager. That's my thoughts on him. And I think there are better managers than him. But I'm still supporting him, and I hope he gets a victory today because he's in charge of my club. But I'll be here long after he goes. We'll be all here long after the 49ers go as well, won't we? Shout out to you, Arch. What a fantastic donation. Thank you so much, buddy. As hopefully you'll see in the next coming weeks, it all goes back into the channel, mate. And we are planning something exciting as well for around about the November time. I know the man who could be organising that will be in the chat, which helps with, you know, your donations go straight into that, and it's all for the channel. I think a loss would be best if it means Farke gets sacked and 49ers take action. Arch, woo. We need new tactics, fresh ideas. Even with 5 new players, Farke would struggle. I worry a win means the 49ers do nothing, thinking things look good. I agree, Arch. I wonder if they're actually going to take action. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are they going to just carry on with things in the background? You'd hope so, but I couldn't tell you, mate. I literally could not tell you. I have no idea, and that's the scary thing about it, to be quite honest with you. But do you know what? Do you know what? We'll be here, won't we? We'll be here. You know, I'll still be here. But Farke, for me, is on a leash. He's on a tight leash, and if they don't have him on a leash, then I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. If it's just a PR thing, and it's going to be a continued thing, you know, Wednesday, Hull, whatever. But it might not be. Burnley, we might turn it around. We might win 3-0 today, and then we might continue a little bit of an upward trajectory. And if that happens, amazing. But do not neglect things that need to happen with this side, because right now it's playoffs, isn't it? Right now, I think, if we've been honest, we'll have to wait and see. Jack says, be like a Jesse Marsh situation at Liverpool. Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about, mate. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, exactly. Is your dad joining you today, Sam? He's not, mate. He's not. He's at work today. Rai says, I'll always support my club and go to every game. I can. It's just so frustrating when you can't keep your players. Rutter leaving has hurt me more than Rafinha, who's a soul of the club. I think, yeah, Rutter had more of a connection as well. We loved Raf, but it felt still like Raf was just a little bit separated. You know, we didn't speak English, did he? Well enough anyway. And yeah, we loved, I absolutely adored that Brazilian. He was so good. But I'm with you all. I think I was so positive about this ownership. He has killed it for me. Them let him go of him. Right. And I get it. I understand it. I understand there's a release clause in there. Why is it put in there? And the thing that's clouding over me right now is they were part of the deal. Victor Orta's wearing a 49ers top. They owned 44% of the club at the time. They're part of the deal. So why are we being fed this notion that it was all done under the previous regime? You were there. You were all there. So why is that now the spiel that's been led out? Why didn't you renegotiate his contract? 2 bids were rejected. A Dortmund bid was rejected. Then 2 Brighton bids were rejected. Why was a contract not offered then, an improved contract without a release clause, offering him more money maybe, other clauses, but not an effing release clause? Why didn't that happen? You know, I'm just, as the days go on and my positivity wanes when it comes to the 49ers, and I try to keep it up. You guys all know that, you know, some of you may think I'm negative, but I have tried to keep this up and tried to be logistical with it as well and balanced. You know, don't overreact. We've still got 13 days left, but they're really effing testing me right now. They're testing every fiber of my being. As you've all said, you all quite rightly say, it just happens to us, doesn't it? Why don't any of the club have these clauses in the contracts? None of them. It doesn't happen, does it? It's just us. So, you know, we try to be positive, and at the start of the season, we're all absolutely buzzing. We're talking about the loan players coming back and making a bit of an impact where they weren't going to make an impact, you know, 6 months ago. It was get rid of them, all this sort of stuff. But they're back. We have to deal with it. Okay, we'll deal with it. The preseason, we're all on board. We're all buzzing. We're all happy. Fantastic. Let's get into the season. Matteo Joseph, blah, 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 blah. Jorginho Rutter. And then you just see this collapse to 2 games in when it comes to transfers, when it comes to conceding 6 goals in 2 games. And you just think, wow, it's only us, isn't it? So that's the difficulty of it, isn't it? It is the difficulty of it. But look, it's one of those, everybody, where we're always here, aren't we? We are always here, and yeah, we'll get it together, won't we? We'll get on with it together. But yeah, I'm with everyone. Paul's in the building saying 5:15 a.m. Should I open the alcohol? Not just yet. Tough away games in the next 4. How many points? Yeah, mate. We it's just massive, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. This game, it's huge. And as I've said, the 49ers, they're lucky that they've still got assets right now. And a lot of people are asking me, like, are they asset stripping? I don't think they are. The thing is, what I don't understand, everyone, is it looks awful on them. And they're a proper, but you look at when they built the Niners up from the Levi Stadium, etc., etc., etc. Everything they've done now, in terms of getting shareholders in, the money they've pumped into Leeds, surely their biggest win would be to get Leeds to the Premier League. All the money that comes with that. So what I don't understand is, as a recently relegated club, why would you deal with Radrazani and co for as long as they did, stay there, 44%, then take the majority, holding of the club, bring in all of these shareholders, all of these celebrities, sell them the dream, say, you're going to get X, Y, and Z. We're going to be in the Premier League. We'll invite you to Leeds, and this is going to happen. This is the vision that we've got. Why would you do that and then just BS and asset strip the entire club? That's what I don't understand. Why would you do that? It's nonsensical. To me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good on the brand. It looks awful on Parag. It looks terrible on the representatives and the shareholders, because they're all in it together, and the shareholders have invested money as well. So it doesn't look bad on them as investors, as people who have tried with the club. I just don't get it. So why would they do that? Do you know what I mean? The biggest money that they'll be able to get, whatever they do this window, however much money they've made, the biggest pot of money they will get is getting us to the Premier League. So even from a monetary standpoint, it makes all sense. It doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm sort of standing by and just going, well, something's got to happen. Something will happen. Stand by them until the end of the window, and then we'll see. Because otherwise, it's nonsensical from a business perspective, And Rob, I've seen there, mate, what you've said, and you've just said Robert Watts asset strip and sell to Red Bull. But why? Do you know what I mean, mate? Because they've put more money into the club when it comes to the facilities, when it comes to the advertising, the marketing, all of this, when it comes to obviously even bringing in players like Jorginho Rutter at the start, which they had a massive hand in, which, by the way, there's a conversation to be had about them BSing us there, but a massive hand in bringing them in, a big financial hand in bringing them in as well. Why would you then sort of make a loss by asset stripping? Because they will make a loss because they've put more money into it, and they've had to buy their half of the club as well, or their full, capacity of the club as well. They're still losing money, mate. So to make all that money back and more, you get Leeds to the Premier League. You get Leeds to the Premier League. Have they undervalued Jorginho Rutter? Have they undervalued how tough the Championship is? These are all realistic scenarios. But the asset stripping thing, I just don't get it. And that's what I've said from the start. I don't understand why they do this. That's the long game. What, to come into a Premier League club, be part of the relegation, not get us up first season back, get this deal with Red Bull, asset strip, make a loss, and then sell to that just does. Yeah, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. But who knows? But yeah, guys, we're kicking off, aren't we? We're kicking off in 9 minutes. Bloody hell. It's fun, isn't it? Yes, lad. Cheers for content. Cheers, MW. Mick says, look at our bench. It's weak. It is, mate. It feels very, very weak. Guys, listen, before we start, everybody, it's going to be an epic one today, innit? But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. There's over 1,000 of you in the building here. Hope you're enjoying the watch-alongs. Yeah, that's something I thought I'd bring to the table this season. I'll be doing pretty much all of them this season. So if you're enjoying it and you want me to keep doing it, just slap a like on the video, because I always kind of look back, and if there's 1,000 people in here and there's 50 people who've liked it, I'm a bit like, oh, maybe they're not enjoying it. Maybe I'll leave. So yeah, make sure you do that. I'm also doing an instant match reaction as well afterwards, which is good. Yeah, Darren said as well, why would Red Bull buy an asset strip club? That's another good point. It's just nonsensical to me. Nicholas Meyer says, honest Connor, at this precise moment, who would you have, 49ers or the previous owner? Well, right now, there's nothing between them, is there, mate? Nothing between them. I didn't think Rad's had that much business acumen about him in the football world, at least, to be honest with you. And he struggled with the PR side of things. It's all been the commercial side of things, great. the PSR side's great, but champions of PSR saw today. Can you sing that? Like, I'm not having at the end of the window if they start channeling to us that this BS that oh well look where we are. We tried with players, but we just couldn't get them. Nah, piss off. Sorry, piss off. Not having it. And this is when you will see me turn. This is when you will see me turn for a fact. That's when old ranty Connor will come back. And I don't want to get back there. I don't want to get back to the frustration. It's not sensationalist because it's happening. These things are happening. These are factual. So you're frustrated as a fan, hence why you rant. You'll rant to your dad, your brother, your mum, your sister, your mates. That'll happen. You'll rant because of what's happening right now. And with the evidence in front of us, it's not sensationalism. It's realism. So that's where we're sort of like panicking at the moment. And if they don't bring anyone in, if they say at the end of the window they've tried, then we're in a healthy position, it's bollocks. And that's when what they won't realise is the whole fan base will turn. There'll be 100% of them will turn. So that's what they've got to prepare for. I still get text messages. Told you guys this before. Get text messages. Time will tell. Wait till the end of the window. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. You can tell that I'm boiling. I'm boiling a little bit because of Rutter. So we'll wait and see. I don't want us to be going in for Jack Clark and 15 million and then rejected, 18 million rejected, slip some little bits of information to the journalists and say, oh, Leeds tried really hard, but Sunderland wouldn't do it. Bollocks. Go and do it. You've got enough money. More than enough money now. Josh says, I can see your optimism is drained in the last 2 weeks. Some of it was expected to stand still and not lose. Georgie's shocking, whatever. That's it, mate. And look, today we win. You know what people say as well? They say, you're not level. Football, you've got to stop being so reactive. Football is reactive. You get one result one week, you get another result another week, and then another result, and then you got 3 wins on the bounce, and then you sign 2 players. Then you got 9 points in the bag, and you got 2 really decent players. But also you can have 3 losses on the bounce, and then you can sign no players, and that can be indicative of that it can be negative reinforcement, can't it? So obviously you're not going to be happy at that. Football is reactive. Content creation is reactive in this space, unfortunately. So I've never understood that. But yeah, the optimism I have, mate, is because I think to myself, they've got to do something. They can't be this negligent. They can't be this negligent. They can't be this naive. And if they are, okay. But I know I'm going to get a few people saying to me at the end of the window, what were you saying about the 49ers? And blaming me for trying to be positive about it. And I know I'm going to get those people in droves, but it's all reactive. At that point, they hadn't sold what they've sold. Okay. And at that point, I'd have thought that they've brought players in and they haven't. We've spent 15.1 million. So it's not enough when you brought in the amount of money that we have, but we're going to wait and see anyway, everybody. And I'm fascinated to see how this goes, to be honest. Dearie me. Josh says, "Why? Good first comment as a member, mate. Why are Leeds like that kid who leaves their 10,000 word assignment until the night before it's due? Feels like it, mate, doesn't it?" Oh, dearie me. So Giles says, I wish 49ers would watch Connor Joe's and Ollie Ward's channel. Mate, they do. Trust me. When I was contacted, you'd be surprised. You'd be very, very, very surprised. And it would also probably be quite indicative of why maybe you're not invited to certain things. And we shouldn't be. But if you get given your honest thoughts, if you're neutral and let's say a Leeds fan, if we're being completely PC and you don't give your comments on the football club on YouTube videos and all this sort of stuff, you're probably going to get invited to a few things. And if you're in my boat and maybe others' boats of where you are commenting on things, you're not going to get invited. And when I say invited, everyone, I'd love to bring that content to you. I'd love to be able to say, guys, we're off down to Ellen Road, and I'm gonna, have a little bit of a chat with. I'm gonna have a little chat with Ethan Ampadu. I'd absolutely love to bring you guys that content. That's my background, broadcast journalist. Listen, I would love to do that for you guys, but you just never get the opportunity. So, you know, I hear a lot of you guys in the chat and stuff like that saying, Connor, why can't you do this? Why can't you? You can't, because there's no communication with the club, which I thought it'd get a little bit better after the meeting you guys knew I had at the beginning of the season, and it hasn't. You know, it hasn't. So that will be lovely. That will be lovely to have that at least integration with the football club. And not just me, the journalists who are close to the football club, who report on the football club as well. But it doesn't feel like that bridge is being built whatsoever, which is a big shame, because I thought Brad Rosani didn't ever try with that, and being a media mogul, I thought he would have done, but he didn't. So it is what it is, isn't it? Do you chat to players? Any players, Connor? Yeah, got a few people. Only 2 or 3, mate. Only 2 or 3. But, you know, from former days, as you guys have probably watched the channel unknown, and obviously been in that world, you can get told things and not told things and stuff like that. But yeah, you got to be careful. You keep your sources close to your chest, don't you? I never come on here and would say things that you get 100% told as well, because you're not allowed, basically. But the feelers in the club, I'll come on here, and that's why I'm quite positive about it. You know, in a lot of stances, I'm quite positive. But I think you get a fair few content creators speaking to footballers. But here we go, everyone. Looks like we're going to get going here, and look at this. So we're going to get rid of this lineup as well in a bit. Then we're going to get the score on, and our little board as well, which is nice. Can't get the board on there, which is a bit annoying. Oh, can we move that? Let's see if we can move this. Let's have a look. But yeah, Leeds United. No, I don't think we can, annoyingly. So we'll get rid of the lineups anyway. It doesn't look great anyway, the lineups, do they? And we'll reset that. There we go. Cool. Right, we haven't got going yet, everyone, so we're just going to move that out the way. It's Leeds United, West Bromwich Albion. The full screen is in view now. We're going to take the lineups off, as you can see, everybody. But please make sure you're slapping a like on the screen. Have you done a score prediction, mate? No, mate, I've not done it. I don't want to do it, bud. I don't want to do it because I don't want to be negative, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to go 2-0 Brom for this one. I'm going to go 2-0 West Brom. Could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong, but we'll have to wait and see on this one. But yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-0 West Brom. What does everybody else think? They've got Furlong, Ajayi, Bartley, Hegem as a back 4, Malumbi and Moat in the middle, Fellows, Swift, Grant and Madger. Decent team, beatable, more than beatable though. In my personal opinion. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But slap a like on the video, everyone. Ken says, afternoon, Connor. How many more players do you think Leeds should buy before the transfer window ends? Joe said, love your content, Connor. Always on the same lines with Leeds. A win today, but tough. No doubt. I agree. Ken, I think we need 5, mate, for me. And I'm not being greedy there either. I'm not being greedy. Where's your dad? He's there. With my mum, I think. There we go. You got some family pictures on the background there, everyone. But Leeds have got Bogle, Rodon, Strout, Firpo, obviously, Melaine, Ampadu, and Greve. Oh man, Willie Yonso there. The only hope we've got now. It's been stripped. Oh, come on, Willie. Listen, he was a top performer. It's saying here, touches first, on target first, touches in opposition box, dribble first. So he was one of our best performers, or if not the best performer. We've got to see more from Perot. I need to see more from Joel Perot in this game. I'm sick of him being as slow as he normally is. But yeah, guys, we will get the score up as soon as we get going here. We're going to be here at half time as well, going through the analysis. We're going to be here at full time, instant match reaction, all that good stuff. And we'll have a rumour mill for you as well later on, discussing everything. Leeds, you guys are absolutely loving it at the minute. We've had 1.6 thousand subscribers in 28 days, so you guys are thoroughly enjoying it, which is fantastic stuff. Farker hugging the manager there, who's going to succeed him. No, I'm joking. But yeah, Leeds are going to win 2-0, says Joe. That would be the Leeds thing given these circumstances. Let's get a couple of these members stuff in. I'm scared, says Jay. Richard says, I'm afraid another defeat. 2-1 West Brom. We're not spending big money on big players. Yellow kits look beautiful on the pitch. Josh says, my hair's falling out. Gaz in the building. Norwich fan here. Surprise Melee is playing. All the best. See, it's not just me, everyone. Everyone thinks I've got an agenda. It's opposition fans as well. Yeah, Martin says this shirt material's not great. It's not, mate. It's not ideal, but that they're trying to do vintage shirts, aren't they? But big performers needed now. I'm looking at Matteo Joseph for him to get on the score sheet as well. There's always one cursed kit as well, says Jim. Let's hope it's not this one. I agree, mate. Imagine if it was this one, like the best one we've got. That would not be ideal. Potter already lined up, says Dave Arnold. I don't know about that, mate. Look, just move this closer. Oh. Yeah, and we will get going, everyone, in loving memory of Craig Shakespeare and Kevin Campbell, which is so sad, by the way. So sad. Kevin Campbell was obviously formerly of West Bromwich Albion as well. Craig Shakespeare, and that was such a surprise. Absolute no age to pass on, is it? You know, how old was he? Craig Shakespeare, was he 60? It's absolutely no age, is it? My hairline's looking weaker than Aronson's. 49ers must be laughing, says Tim. They made as much money as they would have getting promoted, and they haven't spent anything. I don't know about that, mate. I don't know about that with the amount of money that you do spend, that you do get, I should say, from being promoted. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. And is that Parag in there? No, it's not. I thought Parag was there. It's the West Bromwich Albion owner. It'd be nice to see Parag there, wouldn't it? But yeah, he's not there. But as I say, everybody, stick with me on this one because we are going to do the score line in just a second. Obviously, I've got an actual decent feed this time. I had a terrible feed last time. We've removed the lineups off the screen. I think this is a bit cloggy in it. You know, if like we put that on, I'm not feeling that. So I'm having just it's simple, and you can see the actual proper view. Ampadu's giving the team talk there. Still waiting for experience, by the way. Still waiting for experience to come through the door, which we desperately need. Desperately need. Ampadu, the leader of the pack, 22 years of age. It's what Farke was asking for, though, wasn't it? Experience. That's what he wanted. And it's just a comparison. You look at that West Brom side, Furlong, Mowat, Malumbi, Ajayi, Bartley, Palmer, I believe, at 26, I think he is. That's experience. They've got experience. This is just kids versus that, isn't it, really, at the minute? So anyway, we're going to get going, everybody. So I will just do this as soon as I see Mateo Joseph take that kick, and you will be on with us for this watch-along. So it looks like he's about to kick off. You guys might have just gone a little bit earlier. I've heard my phone buzz on live score, so that will be a little bit behind here, but it's not much. And it's okay. Baby, move. Here we go. Anyway, I know it's not much, but it's okay. We're gonna make the playoffs in May. It's fun and games, isn't it? So, yeah, if you've not joined us here before, everybody, what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of both. We'll do, you know, a little bit of the reading out when it comes to your guys' comments, but we do sort of leave it a little bit, and you guys chatting between us. You know, with each other, and I just kind of watch the game here. So anyway, ball being played up. Obviously Leeds on the counter-attack already. Counter-attack, I should say, on the attack already. Getting a throw in the opposition half. That's what we like to see. West Brom being turned back to front there by Hegem. Bogle, anyway, advanced in that half. If you guys are watching as well, you can actually turn Andy Hinchcliffe and all the arsehole Sky presenters off and actually listen to someone who is associated with the football club in myself. Okay, Pascal Strout. Yeah, the yellow kit is gleaming, looking fantastic. Looks very, very good on Ethan Ampadu with that yellow hair as well. Should I get yellow hair, everyone? What do you reckon? Platinum hair? Might go for it. Who knows? Okay, Leeds playing it around the back. Gruev dropping deep, passing it back to Joe Rodon. Leeds probably going to have a lot of the ball here as we sort of used to, but can we make anything of it? Looks like Nonto's occupying a bit of a central space there. Interesting to see that we've stuck as well to the 4-2-3-1 here. Junior Firpo, and they are pressing high, West Brom, which isn't a good... It's not good for Leeds, this, because when you feel like when teams go high, Leeds aren't really able to bypass that. Joseph battling against the J there. Obviously, those two absolute man mountains at the back. Junior Firpo beats John Swift in the air. The ball is in the air. It's just it's bouncing around at the minute. Gruev nearly makes a foul. And I remember this against West Brom last season. It was very much Leeds started well, and then we just tailed off a little bit. Fantastic tackle on it. It's a real scrappy game at the minute, everybody. Real bite to that midfield battle. Obviously, Mowat's going to be against Ethan Ampadu. Jaden Bogle, anyway, on this right-hand side. Progressing forward here. Lovely ball. And Joel Peru does what Peru does. Doesn't have any sort of speed of thought on the ball. And then it just goes out of play. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. Can you do commentary Can you do commentary on Daniel Farker? I can do, mate. I can do. I can have a go at it.
So Cal Bartley switches the ball out to Darnell Furlong. It's very, very good. It makes me incredible hard when we are on the pitch. And I see no water, but it's a quacking excuse for me to potentially stay as Leeds United manager. On Wednesday, I took no responsibility at all. And by that, I made all the Leeds fans united, and they all focused on the owner. Fantastic stuff.
So that's all you're getting from me, from Daniel Farker. Back to Connor in the studio or on his mum and dad's sofa. Okay, Joe Rodon at the back, playing the ball through the third there. Speed of thought now, Peru, who boots the ball out of play. Need to be better, Joel Peru. Come on, Joel. You are in a position of which now you actually are going to be starting games. You lucky so-and-so. So if you're trying to state your claim on the ball, you need to be a lot better. That's two really good funneled balls to Joel Peru in good positions, and he's just booted them both out of play. Leeds win the ball back. Brilliant defending by Pascal Struijk, who recycles it really well. Leeds playing nicely in the pockets here as well. It's been a good start from Leeds. This is confident. You know, we're owning the ball. We look a little bit more assured. It's like old Leeds sort of thing. Joe Rodon, anyway, who's been diabolical at the start of this season. Lovely ball in. Joel Peru has the ball here. And loses it again. Peru's on the half turn though, a lot, which is good. You know, he's getting in and about that sort of area well, you know, just in front of between the defense and the midfield. Farker impression on point. What manager would you take? Ryan says, if you dyed your hair, Connor, it'd be a midlife crisis. It would be, mate. Yeah, it would be. But me and Bamford are in the same boat, mate. Both can't finish, both getting platinum hair. Why not? Just call me Slim Shady. Anyway, Joseph trying to... It's good to see Joseph back in as well. I think, you know, he severely missed at that end point when it came to that Middlesbrough game. Alex Mowatt on the ball now, dropping deep, fizzing the ball out wide. Leeds with good shape at the minute. Leaving the onus on West Bromwich Albion a little bit, and them going route one there, which Leeds don't do enough. And it's actually a fantastic route one ball there by, I think it's Carl Bartley. Bogle does well defensively, which is we've not been able to say a lot this season. Bogle wins a free kick as well. Good defending against Tom Fellows there by Bogle, and that'll give him a little bit of confidence as well, Bogle, because defensively he's looked very, very worrying in the first couple of games, I would say. So it's good for Bogle there. First individual battle, I think it's Tom Fellows, and Bogle comes out on top and wins a free kick. Elan Melee with a kick. Right, Elan, let's find a Leeds man. How about that? How about it, Elan? Let's find a Leeds man. Don't just boot it into oblivion. Or will he boot it to Dan James? He's booted it to Cal Bartley, which is interesting there because what he's done actually is he's booted it to Matteo Joseph to compete with Cal Bartley. So Matteo Joseph's about 5'10". I think Cal Bartley's about 6'3", 6'4". So let's not try that, Elan. Let's try pop the ball into midfield and see what we can do from there. Or you can do what you normally do, which is just pass it out to the centre-backs. That could be probably a better option than going long to Joseph up against Bartley. Joseph goes down there against Sammy Ajay, and the ball's recycled back to the goalkeeper. Callum says, baggies. Yes. Okay. So anyway, Carl Bartley. Mowatt coming deep. Pause. But Mowatt's had a decent start. He's dropping just deep and trying to conduct things in that midfield. So on the ball anyway. And now, I don't know who this lad is, but they're going long. And they've met the man because Leeds are playing high here, as we did against Borough. Good ball in. Leeds are vulnerable in behind everybody because West Brom they've done it twice, I should say, are playing that ball in behind Leeds United's back line, who appear to be playing quite high, but then we have no press, which is interesting. So Ajay coming forward with the ball as well, which was obviously a hallmark of Bielsa. Bielsa, Corberan, the link there. The centre-backs coming out with the ball. Ben White, Liam Cooper, and Carlin Grant there as well playing for West Bromwich Albion. But yeah, they're playing it was a good run as well. Really, really good run across Junior Firpo from, it was Carlin Grant. And this is the thing what West Brom are looking to do. They're looking to turn Leeds around and not just pass and utilise this massively long throw of Darnell Furlong's, which is pretty much a corner. So anyway, Furlong here to launch the ball in. Ajay's in there, Bartley's in there. How can Leeds defend this? It's hurled in. Right, it's a goal kick. Headed out. Oh no, they've got a corner. Okay, and that's the the variant of having, a long thrower, it's going to cause chaos in the box. It didn't cause chaos as such, but Leeds have knocked out for a corner. And I mean, that just looked like it was straight off Carl Bartley. So anyway, they've won a corner here. So West Brom to knock this one in. Not where Leeds want to be whatsoever, and that sounds obvious, but with the height that we know West Brom have, the physicality and the delivery, which might be poor here, but Moat's got a good left foot on him, so we'll wait and see. Ball whipped in. It's a good ball, and it's nodded away. Good defending by Leeds. Good header as well on it. Nonto follows it out, and it is a throw-in. West Brom getting into the game a little bit now. Leeds had a good start without really doing anything. How many times have we said that? But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much like Rory Delap, really. Anytime Furlong gets the ball with just that ridiculously long throw. But I'd say Leeds had the first sort of 4 minutes. They're getting into it now a little bit. West Brom, which is not what we want. Malumbi, Shemi Ajay playing that long ball again, turning Leeds around. Can Leeds deal with it? I mean, it's not a difficult one to deal with, and we have done. So that's the tactic we're looking at right now. Leeds are trying to play out from the back. West Brom are trying to consistently here play that ball over the top, as well as mixing it a little bit, which I would like us to do. It'd be nice for us to do that. I think we need to start spinning these centre-backs who have got an average age of 32 in Ajay and Bartley. We need to be spinning them around. I'd like to see Joseph. And there we go. Grueff does play a long ball there, which is good to see. Straight to Joseph. Joseph tackled there. It didn't really spin West Brom behind, to be honest with you. It was more in front. But Ampadu does well. And Grueff wins the ball. Referee's been good so far, which is good to see. And West Brom come away with it. Obviously, West Brom's first home game of the season as well. When it comes to league games, they've only played one, but they beat QPR down in West London 3-0. 3-1, I should say. Josh Madger hat-trick. Madger's going to be someone to keep an eye on in this game, but it would be nice to see Leeds try just be a little bit more fluid with our build-up here and actually go long a couple of times. It doesn't always have to be central or out wide to Bogle. Can we turn them around a little bit? And we haven't got that. It's already really evident to me that we don't have that middleman in Rutter to get the ball and really start to dictate play. I feel like even in the beginning phases here, I feel Rutter would have grabbed hold of the ball and moved Leeds forward, but we just don't have that now. Anyway, so John Swift on the ball. Feels like a lot of possession actually has been between Swift, Mowat, and the two centre backs, and they're just looking to change Leeds up here and make the Leeds defence just a little bit worried. That's what they're trying to make Leeds do. They're trying to make Leeds question whether or not they're going to pass through the lines or go in behind, and that obviously makes the Leeds defence a little bit wary. Do you press up or do you sit back a little bit? Alex Mowat on the ball anyway now. Back to the two centre-backs. They're not scared to have the ball as well, which is good with West Brom. I quite enjoy how they're able to just be fluid with it again. And Bartley's gone long again. It's another good ball to Carl and Grant. They've got two on this side as well. Nonto's not tracked his man. Furlong. They're in a good position here, West Bromwich Albion. That long ball's done them a good service. John Swift here on the edge of the box could get a shot away. Blocked. John Swift again. Looks like they're recycling. It's still on the attack here, West Bromwich Albion. Leeds do well to crowd it out. Leeds do well. Joel Peru on the ball now in this central space. Leeds have got a really good option here, and it's just I'll have to be honest with you, everybody. And Leeds have won a corner from a poor. I'm not going to swear there. I'm not going to get angry, but Joel Peru is in a really, really good position. Dan James was making ground. Good on the half turn there by Joel Peru, and he's played it way too early. And the weight of the pass is awful. So West Bromwich Albion get themselves in a little bit of a mix-up, and Hagen puts it behind for a corner. But that should have been a much better weight of pass by Joel Peru, and it hasn't been that. So Leeds United win a corner anyway. What can we do? This is where you've got to be effective. You have to be effective with these frigging corners against teams like this because they're massive. Do we go short? Do we switch it up a little bit? Can we go to the edge of the box and get a strike off? Let's vary it up a little bit here. Leeds United corner anyway. Very, very sort of lucky to get that one, I'd say. Poor pass back. Who's on it? Is it Gruev again? It will be, won't it? Gruev. And it's over the bar. By Firpo. Yeah, okay. Should he have done better there? Got away from John Swift. Yeah, it's just a poor header off the top of his head. Anyway, Leeds get away. There's another flat corner by Gruev as well, but beat the first man, to be fair, which is an improvement. Furlong anyway. plays the ball in and around. It's another long ball, which is switched Firpo around again. And West Brom are in. They're in. Carl Grant, well defended by Leeds. With this long ball, this ball in behind the defence is catching us every single time. And Leeds actually get the line right there, and they've won a free kick from an offside. But they're just switching the ball behind or switching back the ball over the top, and they've got runners in Carl Grant and Josh Madger. And that's where they're getting a lot of success at the minute. They're not getting success playing it through the lines at all. And by the way, guys, this is how good Middlesbrough are. Derby are beating them at the minute, which is hilarious. But there we go. But yeah, Leeds have got to just been a little bit wary there of the pace turning us round, because they've got pacey forwards there in Grant and Madger. Joe Rodon. Good ball. Oh, unlucky Joseph couldn't quite get. I mean, so Joseph's he just had nothing at the minute. So we are nearly 15 minutes in, and Joseph's just had absolute scraps to work with. So it feels like that's going to be the sort of game that he's going to have, and it feels like we all know that anyway with what's been lost in the creative side and how Leeds play anyway. Joseph's going to have a tough game today, because he's just going to be up against two strikers himself, isn't he? Two defenders himself. I'm sorry. And he's going to be pretty isolated. Looks quite isolated now, I'd say. But yeah, West Brom not afraid to go long whatsoever. And these runners, Fellows is constantly trying to run off Bogle here. And you've got Madger, who's just dropping deep a little bit, almost occupying a little bit of a deep centre forward. The referee's been brilliant so far. Ethan Ampadu's gone for a long ranger there. Oh, it's a good effort, you know. It's a good effort from his own half. Ethan Ampadu's gone for a lofty one there, and it's unlucky. It's a good effort. Saw the keeper off his line, and he hit it well. Just span off. He got the right. Ethan Ampadu, guys, if you're not watching, he's just tried a shot from his own half, and he was actually quite unlucky with it. Just got a bit of spin on it. But, yeah. Mowat. Furlong. They look way more assured, West Brom, for me. Leeds just aren't really able to keep hold of the ball for long. They don't look great, West Brom, but they're looking more dangerous. They're turning Leeds around quite a bit here. Ball played forward, and Rodon's managed to prevent it from going for a corner, but it's obviously Darnell Furlong on the throw-ins. Right, Muller, Darnell Furlong here. So obviously we know that these are like bloody corners in themselves. There's 1,300 of you in the building. Please make sure you're slapping a like on the video. Really appreciate that. So the ball's about to come in now. They've put Shemi Ajayi forward. They've put Carl Bartley forward as well. Ajayi pretty much goes into the dugout to try to take this throw in, which is absolutely staggering. But here we go. The longest throw-in you'll ever see, and it's an absolute beast into the box. And Leeds have done well to defend it, but they come out again. It's Darnell Furlong about to deliver the ball into the box, almost trying to play for the corner, but he gets the ball in, and Bogle does well defensively. Fellows up against Dan James here. Looks to deliver. And recycling the ball again, West Bromwich Albion. They look comfortable, though, I think. I think you look, it's 0-0. I think Leeds have had the odd counter-attack. You know, we saw Peru in a really good position, didn't we? But I just feel West Brom look a little bit... There's more... They don't look great, but at the same time, there's a bit more varied play, and they're spinning Leeds around quite a bit. And one of these crappy throw-ins or corners is gonna come off at some stage. It feels like at the minute. Leeds, there's no real press. We're just more worried about what they're doing. It feels like there's no press. Doesn't feel like a press anyway. So the defense is high, but there's no press. Work that one out. Bartley. John Swift. He's getting a lot of the ball, to be fair. Come on, Leeds. Let's ignite a little bit. They must have had 90% of the ball. And yeah. And they're going route one as well, a lot of it, which, you know, is interesting. Leeds are just not keeping the ball for long enough. John Swift. And they're going long again. And they've made it work again. It's a good ball to Josh Madger. That ball went beyond our midfield, and we're just not, for some reason, we're not able to cope with that. John Swift. The more they get on the ball as well, you know, people like Malumbi, John Swift, the more confident you get. I've always felt that when I've played football. The more touches you get at the ball, the more confident you get. And Shemi Ajayi's gone long again. Furlong picks it up, and it's a West Bromwich Albion corner. And it feels like when we're not, there's nothing from us which is suggesting that we're going to put our play on them. You see what I mean when I say that? There's nothing to me that suggests that we're going to put us on them. It just feels like we're waiting right now for the odd counter-attack and West Brom to score. So, don't know if you guys could hear that. I muted it on StreamYard anyway. But Leeds have won a throw-in, everyone. I'm just going to get my power charger. Power charger? Mac charger. I'll be 2 seconds. Oh, guys, what was that from Peru? What was that? Oh, sorry about that. Don't clip that one up. But what was that from Peru? Just saw the strike and the breakaway there. Blow my neck. Yeah, it's just you get an opportunity there. Swansea's wrapping that in the top corner or the bottom corner. We get a little break on there. West Brom have turned us around again here, by the way, for about the 8th time. Are they going to do anything with it? Madja just keeps it in play. But yeah, Jesus Christ. Ampadu's just played it. It was either him or Bogle just played it into danger there and literally nearly just put it on a plate for Josh Madja. But yeah, Leeds playing a bit of a risky game there, but Peru, great opportunity to get a strike on goal, and he just absolutely skivs it wide. Yeah. Bar's low in it, everyone. Bar is low. But once again, West Brom have the ball. It feels like we just can't keep the ball. It feels like every time I've been looking at this, it's just West Brom, West Brom, West Brom, West Brom, West Brom. We just can't keep the ball. It's like we get, they're just able to, they're not doing much with it, but anytime they feel a little bit of possession, their front line moves and there's just a ball in behind and they get a corner or a throw in or whatever. But Leeds are just not dictating play at all. They've gone along again and they've met it again. This has got to be 8 times they've gone long and it's worked. It's a fantastic ball. Tom Fellows up against Bogle again. It's a foul. Should be a foul, that. It's stupid from Bogle. Stupid. Maybe Sheffield United fans were right, everyone. Like, why did he dive in? Fellows has just gone up against him and he's completely... Why? It's because he's flat-footed. He's flat-footed when Fellows has gone up against him. It's a foul. It is a foul. He's got a yellow card, the idiot. He's not had a good start, Bogle, has he? God, he's not had a good start defensively. So now you've got Fellows who's going to be going up against him for the next 70 minutes and you're just going to be trying him out. It's just brain dead. Brain dead from Bogle. Absolutely brain dead. Stupid tackling. It's a free kick to Brom now in a good area, in a really good area. If he's not flat-footed there, side on, he's got enough pace to keep up with Tom Fellows, but Fellows has got him square. Bogle, I've noticed this, he defends square. And what I mean by square, everyone, is his feet are planted on the floor when he's up against people. He needs to be on his toes. They're massive here. They are absolutely massive. Their left back's bigger than our entire team. Ball played in anyway. I don't know how that's not gone in. I don't know what Bartley's done there. I think, has the ball just been headed against him? Ball's played in. Oh my God, it's City's hand. If Bartley's a little bit more prepared there, it's 1-0 and the easiest goal you'll ever see. Deary me. Meslier. Awful goal kick, which puts us under more pressure. Can we keep hold of the ball, Leeds? Keep the ball. Ampadu kicks the ball back to West Brom. And West Brom kick the ball out of play. Just why do ball's like a hot potato. Ball is like a hot potato. And they're going to show the Kyle Bartley opportunity again here. Meslier tips it onto him, but Meslier again, man, does relatively well there. But Bogle, throw him. Joseph's just completely isolated, isn't he? And you'll actually get Leeds fans saying he's garbage. Completely isolated by himself again. Meslier. Rodon. Right, keep the ball, Leeds. Come on. This is where you need Rothwell for me. You need Joe Rothwell in these situations. Strout goes long. Don't mind it. I'll play again. I think this is the thing. You know, MW, I know what you're saying, mate, with Joseph, but the balls are just being fired at him, mate. And he's got 3 players on him every single time. He's so isolated. Closest player to him half the time is Gruev. You know, he's not had an easy start, Joseph, but he's a fox in the box. But how can, we're calling him a fox in the box, but he's getting no opportunities in the box. Nonso, awful touch from Nonso as well. He's not been in the game at all. Swift, Fellows again. Going at Bogle, which he's now going to do all game, so he needs cover. Dan James going to have to help him. Fellows. Mowat. Just feels inevitable, doesn't it? You just know this team. I'm not nervous, but you just know this team. You know what's going to happen here. Mowat. Ajay. Right, Nonso intercepts, and it's about 3-on-3 here. And the ball was there for Peru, but it's taken too long. But Dan James has it now. Cuts back. Doesn't need to cut back. Why are you cutting back? On the counter-attack, Dan James cuts back and kills the attack. So the problem now with Rutter and Somerville not there. You've not got as many intelligent footballers up there. Ampadu. Strout. Firpo. Gruev, go forward. We're going to go back to Meslier again. Let me surprise you. We've gone back to Meslier again. So from a good position, Meslier hits it with his right foot all the way back to Kyle Bartley. Fantastic. And West Brom have the ball again. Well, what a good spell of possession that was for Leeds United. Absolute, just nothing. Nothing. And we've gone all the way back to Meslier. Mellier's booted it back to them. What is the style of play? What's the system? What do we do? The defense is high, but there's no press. No, I don't know, everyone. It's just not good to watch. Since the 10th minute, they've had 80% of the ball. Is that good enough with this team? Don't know. Ajay. Ball through. Why is it? We've now got my brother in here as well, so I'll just be shouting at him the whole game. Basically, how it's been is West Brom have turned us round quite a bit with the long ball. Leeds have had a few promising moments. Peru's shot wide with a really good opportunity. But it's been West Brom have sort of dictated it. Really, just it's their game, like lofting the ball in and trying to win these set pieces. I just feel like an absolute scrappy goal's coming. That's how it feels right now, unfortunately. Better than Borough, yeah. The Borough first half wasn't bad anyway. Moat's ball in, headed out again. Nonso's barely touched the ball. Joseph has barely touched it either. Just isolated. You know what I mean? Moat, ball in his right foot. Back stick again. Bogle's booked. Madger. Ball in. Oh, it's a good ball in. It's whipped in. Yeah. It feels very much. It's a boring game, isn't it? Boring game. Yeah, you can put it up if you want. So, what is Farker instructing them? Farker, yeah, this is what I mean. I mean, at least with, Rothwell's not the saviour, but he's not started Rothwell. So you got Gruev and Ampadu on there, and you just feel like it's. I don't really know what you've got, the battler in Ampadu, and you've got that as a balance. I don't know why you need Gruev in there. I don't know why you need Gruev in there, but he's obsessed with having Gruev in there. Rothwell was the only person for me who came out of Borough with any. But football's a meritocracy, isn't it? I don't know. Don't think Gruev's been great, and I think Rothwell's been good pre-season. And just if you don't get started, it's just what's the point? What's the point in bringing him in? What's the point in bringing Rothwell in? Like people have said in the chat, is it just loans are now on the bench? Roberts, as we saw last season, Jaden Anthony. Is this what we're doing with Farker now? Just your loans are on your bench. Connor Roberts, Spence, even for a large portion of it. Yeah, Nathan, how much you were missing Rutter and Somerville? It's just that creative spark, isn't it? I think what you're seeing is just a bit of it's tepid, isn't it? Really, really tepid. We're not able to get hold of anything. It doesn't feel that exciting. Leeds have won a free kick here, central, and it's a yellow card for John Swift. Ref's been good. Ref's actually been really good. Yeah, it's a foul, isn't it? It's a foul. Swift brings Joseph down. He's done well, the ref. Actually, a half decent referee. Makes a change, yeah. But this is what we do. See, they apply a little bit of pressure. My brother's just walked in, and they apply a little bit of pressure, and we just go all the way back to melee. All the way back. I mean, this will probably end up back at melee as well. Perot's not showing for it. Georgie drops deep to bring us up the pitch. There's no showing from Perot. Nonso's come central now to try to get things moving. Plays that ball over the top. It's a good ball, actually. First time Leeds have switched them in behind, and it's a corner to Leeds. But yeah, it's better from Nonso come inside, and that's maybe something that Daniel Farker should look at, putting Nonso central, because now we don't have any players with any real ability who can get Leeds up the pitch in that position. That low centre of gravity from Willie Nonso is probably going to help the side, isn't it? So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him a little bit more in there. Maybe he can be the 10, Perot out the side, and then don't know who else could you put in there. You've got no pace anymore, have we? So bench ain't looking as strong, is it? Ball played in. Keeper knocks it out. Yeah, half decent ball in actually from Gruev, and he's gone for it again. It's a good ball again, but first he has it flat, Jack. It's flat from Gruev all the time. Like you always feel like it's either going to hit the first or second man. Don't need to go back. Nonso, who's definitely the spark here. Nonso, Joseph, Bogle. We've looked much better when Nonso started to come central here. Bogle, James, don't go back. Oh, he's so shit, man. James is such an average Joe. James gives the ball away in a really critical position. He's got to do better there. He's got to do better. We're in a good position to make something happen. Takes his eyes off it. De Bruyne, and they just collect the ball off him. So what I'm talking about, everyone. I get so frustrated when it comes to the football IQ of some of these players. Somerville and Rutter on a different level. Dan James in there now. Peru, it's just completely downgraded, not only on a technical level, but just in terms of like a football brain. Dan James tackled again. But that's it, everybody. Now you know, you're potentially looking at a scenario where you've even got like Aronson and James in the same team. There's just not enough brain power there, football intelligence to create things, to be innovative. You know, they're players with effort, but it's not enough. You need technical ability and a brain, footballing brain. Darnell Furlong, anyway, on the right hand side, drills the ball in, fed out by Amped. It feels like a 1-0 game either way. It feels 1-0. I'm going to call a scrappy West Brom set piece, or like a moment of brilliance from Nonto, something like that. This guy's just got to throw Darnell Furlong like a corner. So anytime they get it on that side, they just push the centre-backs forward. It's Rory Delap-esque. Here we go. Another one coming in now. Guys, make sure you're slapping a like on the video as well. Here we go. Look at that. Arm. So Leeds clear it anyway. Nonto does well. Good touch. He's got 2 on him here. Can't do anything. Does well to get a throw in there as Furlong nearly decks him. But he's the danger man, I think. Nonto now. It feels like, a lot of those danger men have just reduced. And God, you can't believe it. I remember when Sinisterra left and you thinking at Portman Road, you had Sinisterra, Nonto, Somerville, Rutter. And even like to West Brom last season, you're thinking you had available Rutter, Nonto, Somerville, and now it's just mad, isn't it? Like the drop off.
We've not seen enough of him, but I guess Joseph might be.
Yeah, Joseph maybe. What is he doing? Melee just comes out as a donut and just puts it into the stand. What's he doing? Why don't he just collect it? Just such a literally Hinchcliffe's even just said it. Just that ball was played through everybody. If you're not watching it from Moa, it was going straight to Elan Melee. So instead of just holding his line and catching it, he decided to run out and kick it for a West Brom throw-in, of which they are very dangerous. So again, brain didn't need to do it. Ajay. Melee now. Come on, Elan. Strout looks for him. Melee doesn't come out. Strout does really well. And they're just hoofing the ball up here. Leeds have got to compete. Got to start winning these 50-50s. Well done, Gruev. Now, come on, Perot. Perot loses it again. He's done that about 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5 times he's losing the ball in there, and West Brom are coming away with it. Peru now. Do something. Come on. Quicker. Please throw. Ampadu. Route 1 ball. No, it's too... God, this is boring, Jack. So boring. What score is it? Ipswich Liverpool.
It's 0-0.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be a good game. You'd want to watch that. What's the 5 o'clock game? Don't want to check live score unless we're 3-0 down.
No. West Ham Villa.
West Ham Villa, 5 o'clock. Was that at West Ham?
Yeah.
Somerville, yeah. Nonto as well. And that's a foul, is it not? Yeah, Derby beating Borough, which, yeah, a bit mad. Anyway, there's not really that much to report on everyone. Yeah. Expected goals 0.12 for West Brom and 0.14 for Leeds. It's terrible. If you're not watching, you lucky souls. It's a terrible advert for Championship football, this. So combined XG of 0.26 overall in the game. It's an awful game of football, this. It's poor quality, it is. Yeah, West Brom. Yeah, from West Brom, it's bad as well. They they keep doing that. The route one, it turns Leeds round all the time. Oh, Firpo, man. Stroke. Oh, here we go. Melee, right foot. Go on, give it to a player. Well done. Joe Rodon with a good... Oh, Dan James. Nearly put Dan James on the other side there. It's just very hit and hope, it feels. You know, they come forward, do the route one. If they get it right, they get in behind. If they don't, we get it and maybe muster some attack. But it's meek. West Brom, good football there. Yeah, it's all coming down the right. Fellows. Carlin Grant now puts the ball in again. Leeds knock it out again. Perot on the ball. Loses it again. Jesus Christ. And look at his recovery. Look how sluggish he is, Jack. Such a... Just so slow, man. So slow. Fellows. Should have gone back to him then. Bartley. What's that Farage thing? Boring. 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 Ajayi. On that right-hand side now, don't let him get a corner. Swings it in. Jesus, good ball, actually. Mele did all right there. But we always say Mele does all right when he does the basic things, doesn't he? Catches the ball. Well done, Elan. Kicks it to a Leeds player. Brilliant. That's his job. West Brom, have they signed anyone substantial? Not really. It's but they've Firpo. I mean, Firpo he's going off. Firpo's just made an absolute reckless tackle there. Come on, Leeds players, get around him, get around the referee. Oh, Nonto, don't get involved in it. Oh dear. Junior Firpo's had a proper bozo moment. Oh dear. Firpo's out. Look at this here. Firpo's. Yeah, it looked worse than it was. No, it's not. It's into his like midriff in it as well.
Might get the yellow.
Yeah, it's a yellow card. It's definitely a yellow. Or is it coming together? I don't know. Yeah, so booking for Firpo. So now both fullbacks are on a yellow. Is Mulumby going to get booked? So both of our fullbacks are now booked. Oh God. Yeah, people are saying it's a good championship ref. It is. I agree. It's a good ref. He's a very good ref. Probably the best I've seen, actually. Sam Allison. He's good, isn't he? Very good. The J, anyway, goes long again. Furlong. Nonso wins a free kick. Ugh. It's like Hinchcliffe said then that we've denied West Brom opportunities and stuff like that. But is that what we are now? We're just a denier. Are we not like? Can we not impose our game on them? Does it have to be us restricting West Brom? We're not threatened with relegation. Oh, improve from the Borough game. I get that to a certain extent, but we've just got what's no goal threat now. It's all just about like negating the opposition as opposed to putting our imprint on them.
That's an opportunity as well, in the sense that we've been all West Brom, you know what I mean, from home. So you almost think, why don't just take it too for once, you know what I mean?
Perot plays it behind Nonso. Leeds in the opposition half here. What can we do? Perot goes back. Don't go back to melee because I'll lose my mind. Strout. Gruev, awful ball. 5-yard pass, Gruev can't make it. It's a simple pass of which this quality is lapsing. Get him off for Rothwell. Joseph, good run. Does well, holds the ball up nicely. Nonso then wins a free kick. Well done, Nonso. Uses his body well, and Joseph did well there as well. Yeah, Nonso does well. Right, let's get the flight of the ball in. Let's get a good flight on the ball. Gruev. Please, I think he's had a poor half, to be honest. Please put a good ball in. Yeah, at least make the keeper work. I'd have had a right footer on this, to be fair. Because they're just dominant in the air, aren't they? I mean, look at the size of them. Gruev. Oh, Strout got up. Strout got up and Leeds win a corner. Best opportunity for Leeds this half. I thought he was in. Gruev with a good ball in, to be fair to him. Strout gets ahead on it. And that looked like it was off Perot. Is it off frigging Perot? Oh, it is off Ajayi. It's just wide. It's inches wide. Right, come on. Let's follow this up with a good ball in. Oh, awful from Gruev. God. Ball over the bar. Gruev, another opportunity to deliver a good ball in. Doesn't. Hits the first man. Oh, God. I hate saying this, but we aren't going up, says Ben. Now we're not, mate. At this moment, yeah, we're not at all. I mean, the rest of the division's poor. We all know that, so... Even a cup of tea, Jack. Whew. Well, as boring as it could be, has to be said. As boring as it could be. Let's take that score off. Yeah, well, that's it, everyone. It's been poor, really poor. It's felt like Leeds have tried to. We've just negated West Brom. To be honest with you, it's not felt that we've tried to put our stamp on the game. I felt it's they've not been good. We've not been good, and that's the tale of the half. Really, no team has been good. No team has done. I guess the only thing I'd say about West Brom is they've at least tried to play that long ball and turn Leeds around a little bit. Leeds have looked okay on the ball. I feel the breakdown is so evident, and the distance between Georgie and Peru is massive. Like Peru gets the ball on his body shape's great. It's in that half space. He's on the half turn, but he's just not quick enough. He's not a quick enough player thought-wise to and it feels physically as well. It doesn't feel like he could take that onus of Georgie there at all. It feels like the build-up from deep has been more difficult because Gruev just goes side to side and he's not really interested in being direct like Rothwell is. But for some reason, even though Rothwell put in a good performance midweek and outshone every other player, we just seem to the Farke machine doesn't seem to want to take Gruev out. I don't know why. I think Gruev's all right, but he's limited. He's completely limited. And when you've got a ball player in the midfield like Ampadu, you've got a strong tackler in Ampadu. You've got that balance in the midfield of someone who will do that dirty work. So why do you need another one? Ampadu's a good pass for the ball. He's, as I've said, he's destructive, but he can do the lateral work. He can, get in between the centre backs and be that sweeper. But Farke feels like we need another body to protect that back line as well. Another body. Get Rothwell in there. And Rothwell at least is going to be quicker in terms of speed of thought. But what we know with Daniel Farke is this will be a 70th minute job. Maybe when we're 1-0 down, or maybe when it's 0-0. There'll be a 70th minute job where Rothwell then comes on, which I think is really disappointing. And from a manager's perspective, look, he can change it up a lot. He can put Rothwell where Rothwell played for Blackburn, which is higher up. He can put him in an advanced state number 10 position. He can replace Rothwell for Rothwell for Gruev, where it's going to be more progressive in there as well. There's things he can do, everyone. There's things he can do with that side. But if we all want to sit here and blame the lack of quality and the 49ers, that's fine. And I do agree with that. But the showings, we've got to start looking at the showings as well from this Leeds team at points. We've got to start looking at Daniel Farke. He seems to be this aura of which some people we can't criticise him. We've stopped them play, but we've just not looked inventive whatsoever. And I don't think the start of the game in terms of selection has been good enough. James O'Hearn says we need 5 new players. Yeah, mate, we need 5 new players. 100%. I agree. This is on the manager's tactics. Well, yeah, because this game doesn't really involve the 49ers. We can look at their off the pitch stuff 100%. But I think what we've also got to look at is just the standard of performance here and the players that have been selected in terms of where's Rothwell? Where is Rothwell? Joseph looks completely isolated. And, could we have even seen Nonto in that 10? Could we have seen Nonto in that 10? He likes to put Aronson on the left. Could you put Aronson on the left and just fed the ball? I don't like Aronson on that left, but that's the options that we have now. We don't have pace, so we're going to have to be a little bit more inverted. So could we have Aronson on the left and Nonto in the 10? Could we put Rothwell in the 10? Could we put Rothwell on for Gruev? There's options that he can still go with. He can still go with options, can go to a back 3. If you want to push the wing backs a little bit higher up, you can still do this with this team. But if we want to keep blaming the quality of the squad, blaming everything else but Daniel Farke, which he will do for himself in the post-match press conference, don't worry about that. I just think it's a little bit wherewithal. Look, we're okay. We're in the game. It's 0-0. It's boring. It's dull. Is there anything to be massively negative about? No. Is there anything to be massively positive about? No. But it is what it is. And that's what Max said. It's dreadful. There's not an ounce of creativity. That's the thing. Jamie said a few are saying Joseph has been terrible. How can Joseph be terrible? What does he do? He's completely isolated. We're not pressing as a unit, even though the defense is high, which is why West Brom are turning us around. So the defense is high. So as the defense is high, you expect the unit to be high, but the defense is high and the forward line is compact as well. So Farke wants it to be compact to restrict West Brom, but we're not imposing our game onto them at all. And maybe that's the point of this game, is to come out with a point. That's probably how it feels. But you can't say Joseph is rubbish when he doesn't have any service. What's he supposed to do? Get the ball in and wrap one in from 40 yards. Guys, it's bizarre. There's always when it comes to players like the scapegoats. There's always the scapegoats. You got to look at what Joseph is being provided with. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You got to think of solutions, around that, really. Nothing going forward, so boring. Pro has the mobility of a wardrobe. Awful watch Pro, not a number 10. and 15 million for him. What we doing? 0-0, no creativity. Yeah. We saw with Norwich when Farke didn't have Buendia, they were a shell, says Louis. And yeah, that's what we know, mate, isn't it? That's what we know. We know that without Farke, without Buendia, Norwich were nowhere near as good because he does rely on top quality. But yeah, Matt Callum, I agree with you, mate. Alex says Aronson over Perot. I don't know, Alex, because what you're looking at there, mate, is Aronson and James in the same starting 11, which there's no creativity there. It's just a lot of energy pressing and a bit of endeavour for me. I think what I'd be looking at doing is if you want to do that, if that was the cheers, Jack. If you wanted to just shove it on there, if you wanted to do that, then I'd put probably Aronson on the left, Nonso in the 10, and then James on the right. It's just not good, is it? It's just not good. So, but yeah, I think Nonso centrally is where Leeds got a little bit of joy. He came into it in the second half, the second half of the first half. And I thought when he came centrally, looked good because we've got Joel Peru. Peru's almost going, yeah, you get out. I'm going to go in that 10. And instantly, Nonso goes in the number 10 and does more than what Peru does in the first 35 minutes. So, yeah, that's what I'd be looking, mate. Subbing Bamford, Joey, I'll ban you for that, mate, to be honest. So put me in the 10, anyone but Perot. I think with the thing is, Perot, he's just not got that speed of thought. He's not got that physicality. He's not got that turn of pace. The decision making slow. It's just it's everything that isn't Jorginho Rutter. It's everything that isn't him. So yeah, 3-4-3 maybe. You work with 2 inverted 10s, but it's just so depressing that we have to do that now because we've now got no width. But it feels like that's the way forward. But yeah, Nonso to the 10, Aronson out wide, Rothwell in. He can do things. Of course he can do things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to look at this, everyone. It feels, and I don't know if you guys agree, and I'm trying not to be too negative here, but it feels like West Brom are just going to bobble one into the back of the net from a crappy set piece, and that's how it's going to go. That's how it feels right now. It feels like where the Leeds' onus is to negate what West Brom are doing. And Hinchcliffe even commented on that. He said Leeds are just doing well to negate that. But it's like, is that what we're here for? To negate what West Brom are doing? Why can't we impose our game? Do we have a game? Do we have a strategy? What do we do? Are we pressing high? Are we a team that enforces a certain style of play? I don't really know what we are. And that's the thing with Farke's football. Are we dynamic? Are we quick? Are we intense? Are we a counter-attacking team? Do we build up from the back? Is that the whole onus of that? There's so much in and out of possession, which I question with Daniel Farke. I don't know. Is this team good enough to beat West Brom? Yes, it is good enough to beat West Brom. And does it need improving? Yes, of course it does. But right now, it's just dull, isn't it? Dull as dishwater, crap, boring, as Chris said there, sterile. There's nothing really there. And you do look at the bench now, in all fairness. You got Crew on there, you got the Bayo, you got Byram, you got Verber. Rothwell, obviously, who I'd be bringing on. Bamford, Gelhardt, the bench is really weak all of a sudden. You take Rutter away, you take Somerville away, which you have done, and suddenly you can't have your Jameses on the bench. You can't have your Nonso on the bench. You can't have Perot on the bench who can come on. You have to play now. You have to play with what you've got. So I think the team is good enough, but there is massive profiles missing now. Massive profiles. Guys, I'm just going to have a quick toilet break. I will be 2 minutes. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. There's been a red card in the Luton game. Not had a great start, Luton. But yeah, get your comments in, everyone. Thank God I'm in the island, of course. More action in the toilet break than this half. Oh, it's dead, innit, everyone? It is dead. It's boring. Really, really boring. Smash a like if you've joined for a halftime team talk. I'd hope you'd stick around as well, mate. That'd be great. But please make sure you're all slapping a like on the video as well, everyone. We're going to be back here with your instant match reaction very, very, very soon, it feels like. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Just getting a gauge on Twitter, seeing what everybody's saying, the real metric of knowledge. But let's have a quick look on what's happened when it comes to the post. Get Aronson on for Perot. That's what I'm seeing. No service to talk about to Joseph, James, and Nonto. Woeful. Yeah, God, it's negative, isn't it? Pro is a joke. I'd honestly bring Aronson on. It's desperate times, innit? It feels like. LUFC LUFC, Black Cap Connor, sad day. Yeah, it's. I mean, we're not losing, I guess, but it's very much is. Yeah, it's dead and it's boring. It feels like, yeah, like I've said to you guys, it really does feel like it's just going to be either a moment of magic from Nonso. That's how I'm feeling right now. Or it's going to be a scrappy crap goal for West Bromwich Albion. That's what I think. It's going to be 1-0 now either way. I don't know what you guys think. Is that what the metric is here, the level of thought? I feel for the travelling fans watching this, but we'll just have a quick look at our bench here. So just taking that scoreline out for a second, you look at the bench and you think, well, we've got Darlow, Byram, Verba, DeBayo, Crew, Rothwell, Aronson, Gelhardt, Bamford. How many of that bench is going to make a difference? You know, how much of that bench is going to make a difference? It's going to be genuinely Rothwell and Aronson. Really, that's it. And will Aronson make a difference? Yeah, it's ruthless, isn't it? It's ruthless right now. When you maybe look at their, when they've got Dean Garner on there, Jed Wallace, are they going to make a little bit more of a difference? I don't know. That's how it sort of feels at the minute, doesn't it? Which is pretty ruthless. Yeah. Yeah, no changes from Farker, which is so surprising. It's unbelievable, guys. I'm really surprised that there's not been one there. Don't know about you guys, but yeah, stunning that we've not made a change. Just going to get the scoreboard back, everyone. That's not what we're on, is it? All right, we're about to get going. The guy's about to get going. And we're off. We're off for another half of fun and frolicking. Okay, everybody, we're back into it. We're back into the stream. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Here we go. Leeds. Hopefully we can keep hold of the ball a little bit longer. It looks like we won a free kick through Matteo Joseph, which is great to see. And as I say, I think Joseph's held the ball up well. I think, he's trying to win fouls in and around that area. What can he do? What can he do, though? What can he do? Do you know what I mean? I am not blaming a 19-year-old who's holding up the ball up against two 6'5", 6'4", 6'5" fullbacks with absolutely no service. And do you know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't blame Bamford for that. I wouldn't blame Peru or Rutter for that if he was still here. If he's got no service and someone getting between the lines who's any good, what can he do? He can't do anything. There's no service. Good play by Leeds, though. Joseph, to be fair, there with a little bit of a heavy touch, which has killed Nonto a little bit there. I will say that was pretty poor. West Brom going for the long ball anyway. Jaden Bogle up against Fellows here. It's a great ball. West Brom going long quickly. Fellows up against Bogle, who can't make a tackle now. Looks to go inside. Leeds seem to have numbers back. They shouldn't be able to do anything here, and Leeds have recovered it well. Firpo gives the ball straight back to them. Hagen on that left-hand side now. Puts the ball in. It's a West Brom corner. Well done, Junior Firpo. Back to the Bozo days, it looks like. Just absolutely fizzes the ball back. We literally win the ball. He wins the ball back. Let's go through this again. Mo gives it away. Firpo boots the ball back to John Swift in the middle of the park, and then Hagen wins a corner. Junior Firpo, my lord, my friend. Let's get that brain back engaged for this season. Anyway, it's a West Bromwich Albion corner here. It's a good ball in. Melee could have caught it, but palms it away. Mo on the edge, goes for a strike. Leeds block. Fellows goes all the way back. Good pressing from Leeds, much better, but bloody hell. Palmer going for it here. Fellows again. We saw in the first half that if Leeds want the ball a little bit higher up, we're going to have to press. Looks like we're doing this for a little bit now, but will we? And it rushes West Brom. You know, it rushes them. Yeah, Leeds move out of position, but it does rush them. Win the ball back here. But already this, you know, West Bromwich Albion straight away, they're a little bit more panicked on the ball because Leeds are pressing and not just enabling them to have a ball. It's poor from Joseph. Bad first touch. And Mowat gets in between them. But look, Leeds press them a little bit higher and then they're a little bit more fidgety on the ball because they've got a Jay and Bartley at the back. So why are we not pressing them higher? Well, it's good to see a little bit more of that the first half. Joseph back to Bogle. Good touch. Bogle, don't go back. Bogle's gone back again. Safety on. Rodon does well. Checks back inside. Looking to go forward. Perot, speed of thought. Come on, Joel. Loses the ball. Lose it. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off the pitch, Farker. Get him off the pitch. Two options directly in front of him, of which you could go with a little quick pass, which gets Leeds into that transitional moment, or of which you could have taken it on his back foot and spread the ball out wide. He goes into a corner again and loses the ball and gives away a free kick. Get him off. Get Rothwell in the 10 or the advanced 8, wherever you want to do him. Or just, I don't know. I don't want Aronson on in terms because the technical level goes down, but we've got to do something. Joel Peru is doing Joel Peru again and again and again and again. Just put Nonto in that 10. Just put Nonto in the 10. Palmer. Let's press high. Come on, press high. Better. We've done well there. Peru loses it. He somehow kept it. Chance here for Leeds in the transition. It's a shit touch from Ampadu. It's absolutely crap from Ampadu. And now West Bromwich Albion are on the counter. It's like a really good transitional moment for Leeds there. And we've managed to balls it up again. Tom Fellows going up against Bogle again, putting a good ball in. Here's John Swift. John Swift. John Swift. John Swift. Plays it back, Malumbi, and it's right into Melee's hands. And that is all from Leeds losing it with another significantly bad touch in the West Bromwich Albion half. And that should have been 1-0 to West Brom. A real moment where it felt like everything opened up there for Malumbi. And you can tell he's a defensive midfielder. He sliced it into the keeper's hands. But Leeds, my God, we're our own worst enemy. That is where, you know, you've got your Rutter, you have your Somervilles who just pull that trigger. We saw it all last season, but unfortunately, we don't have that quality when it gets there. And now in the match, there has been one shot on target from West Brom, which at least is a slight development. Anyway, it's opening up a little bit, which is literally from Leeds pressing. Palmer has the ball. Pro tries to apply a little bit of a press, and Leeds have got the ball back again, but it's a little bit better from Leeds United. Strauch. Jesus, he's absolutely fizzed it into Dan James. He's never going to control that. Anyway, West Brom in this little transitional bit here. They're broken between Leeds' defence and the midfield line on the right-hand side here. Once again, it does feel a little bit more like, you know, West Brom have just got a little bit more zing than Leeds have. A few more ideas. Jay. And Leeds have just dropped off again. Yeah, Leeds have just dropped off again. I understand it can't be like a consistent press. I get that, but we've gone back into this fold of just letting West Brom have the ball for the last 30 seconds. In that first bit, we were really intense when it came to the pressing. We were forcing them to make errors, and suddenly we've gone back to what we know again. Hagen. Right, Leeds win it back. Come on, come on. Pass it. Dan, pass it. Jack, I can't be arsed anymore. I can't be arsed. I'm just going to go to bed. I can't be arsed. No quality in the final third. A lot of you guys would tell me consistently that he's miles better than Nonto. I don't know on a technical level genuinely what people are watching. I have not a clue what people watch when it comes to Dan James. Just the effort brigade in it. But he did well last season, of course. But on a technical level, Dan James, acres of space, fires it into a West Bromwich Albion leg. It's just a moment of quality. There is no quality at the minute in this game. No quality whatsoever. And Leeds win, throw him. Strout throw anyway. Strout's been good. But the best chance we've had, that header, I think. Perot. Nonso, we need to get out of this tight space we're in right now. Any width, maybe run out wide there, Bogle. Come on. Nonso does well. Saying just put him in the 10. Just get him in that number 10 so he can dictate a little bit. Joel Perot has looked awful and lethargic again. Gruev, good ball. It's so disjointed, Jack. It's so disjointed. We just can't break through them. We cannot break through the lines passing, and then we won't go route one. No. Melee. Awful goal kick. Jaden Bogle did quite well. Dan James wins it now. Transitional. And we've lost it again. We've lost it again. Yeah, you're not wrong, Joe. You're not wrong. Make a change. Complain on the sideline. Do something about it. Have you got better ball players on the bench? Yes, you have, Joe Rothwell. Do you ever do anything about it? No. You'll wait to the 70th minute and then you'll bring them on with 20 minutes to spare. And this is it, everybody, for the people who didn't think Rutter was good enough. I told you there'd be an absolute downgrade in performance. We literally have one outlet, it feels like, in terms of even getting to Joseph in Nonto. That's how it feels at the minute. Burrow. Good touch. Loses it. Water is wet. Nonto. Is that freaking dog round there? But is he outside or is he around the fucking rat? Rodon. It's not such a... I might shut the frigging window. I can't deal with that dog. Nonso does well. Free kick Leeds. Said he's been quiet, Jack, but he's just so high. We've got nothing around Joseph. I'm not just making excuses. There's nothing around him. You got Pro cannot play in the number 10. You know it's bad when our major source of creativity set pieces now. You know when you've got us playing so well through open play football, and now we're relying on set pieces because we just can't create anything. Gruev. Gruev with another awful delivery. Strout made the most of that delivery when he did well, but he's got nothing on his delivery. Why is Gruev a set piece taker? He's a bad set piece taker when it comes to actually floating the ball. Effort on goal, fair enough, but floating the ball into the box, he gets nothing on it. I'd have Rothwell on taking it. Jesus. Bogle. Joseph. Yeah, Joseph did really well there. Bogle did well as well. I don't know why Bogle didn't go a bit further forward then, but Leeds had a real opportunity. Joseph put the ball into the mixer. Peru didn't get in front of him, and I think that ball had just gone behind Bogle, hadn't it, I think? I mean, it's Peru, innit? That's not a corner. How's Peru not got contact on that? No quality from him. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I'll be commenting a little bit more. It's so boring. So boring. We had a glimmer of hope there because we got in their box. But aside from that, it is just dead. So I'll try. Palmer. Swift. James pressing. Well done, James. Did well there. That's what happens, everyone, with a bit of a press. I don't understand why we're not pressing like that. They're not good. They're not great ball players on the back. They'll make a mistake. The keeper's evidently not comfortable on the ball. Ajay and Bartley, I just wanted to hoof it, but we're not pressing them. I don't understand. They've not got mass amount of. I mean, they've got a bit of pace up top, of course, but it looks like John Swift's that second striker. Can we deal with that? Probably. I don't understand why we're not pressing them high. Yeah, and Peru has lost more of the ball than anybody. He's lost more of the ball than anyone on the pitch, which I get it because you're in the cam roll, so you're always going to lose more of the ball there. I understand that with Peru, but he's not been effective on the ball. Fellows, anyway, up against Bogle, who can't make a tackle. Ball played in, nodded out. Well, Peru keep the ball now. Loses it again! Joel Peru can't keep hold of the ball, can't hold it. So Joseph has to come back and try and help him. Peru now loses it again. It's becoming a joke. It's becoming a joke. It's actually doing my absolute tits in now. It's becoming a joke how many times this guy's losing the ball. My word. Oh, God. Let's get a throw in. Worried about Firpo here, are you? It's on a yellow card. 30 minutes left. Melee launches it. Once again, Melee launches it to Joseph when he's up against Bartley. Ball played in behind here. West Brom with about 4 forward. It's a good block. Can Leeds do anything with it now? Nonso. Play it. No. Go back we go. Ampadu, come on, let's do something with this ball. It's a good ball. Oh, Nonso. God, Jack, we can't keep the ball. Can't do anything with it. Goodness me. Ampadu wins it. Play it. Joseph. Oh, I didn't need to do it, Joseph. Have a shot, lad. Left foot. It was there, wasn't it? The left-footed strike. Tries to cut in everybody and move it onto his right, and it's too much. Ampadu's playing a lot better this half. '70th minute will bring Rothwell on. Is that what we're expecting? Bartley. Leeds win a free kick. Slap a like on the video, everybody. It's 2,500 in the building. Rothwell and Aronson coming on. The guy's the most stubborn manager I've ever known. So they're coming on now. The midfield stayed the exact same as it did, as it has done in the Portsmouth game. Perot now comes off, I believe. Awful game, I'd have to say. Nowhere. Real opportunity for him. Real opportunity for him this weekend against West Bromwich Albion. I think he's actually got the subs right here. Could have done that at half time, Daniel. But no, we have to wait until 60 plus minutes, don't we, mate? Melee. Can we have a fresh injection of something here? Right, Rothwell's in the 10. Let's see how this works out. Nonso. Road on. Rothwell, first touch. West Brom pressing high. Melee. Rodon, now step out, make a good pass. Back to Melee. Rodon coming forward. There's an absolutely dreadful ball. A dreadful ball to Rothwell. Here we go. It's a good tackle, I think it was. Oh, it's just gone wide. Awful from Joe Rodon. Absolutely awful playing out from the back. Has killed Rothwell. Just an awful pass from Joe Rodon. He's been terrible, Jackson, this season. Rothwell is being pressed by Malumbi there. And he's just put him in an absolute, it's a hospital ball. And I tell you what, Carlin Grant has let Leeds off there. It should be 1-0 West Brom. Awful ball playing out from the back from Joe Rodon. Got to be better than that. Switched. Gruev out of play. Corner. Oh, I thought it was a corner, ref. What is it? What is it? Put on a fair bit of muscle. Put on a solid like 3 kg. Needs to start eating some bulk potato, doesn't he? Rothwell does well. No, it's just Leeds win a throw. It's better from Leeds though. Rodon. Gruev just heads the ball out for a throw-in. On that, with absolutely no pressure on him. I do look at Rodon there, though. He heads it into the air. Why not just chest it down and try to play it? Do you know what I mean, Jack? He's heading the ball right back into the central space. Awful from Gruev heading it out for a throw-in, but just get the ball down, Rodon. Leeds have got to press high here. I just don't want them to be. I think they're going to be a little bit fearful of losing the game, aren't they? That's the thing. They don't want to press too high, but I feel that's where you're getting all the joy with them. We've looked so much better when we've pressed them high because we just sort of let them have the ball at the back, really. That's how it looks at the minute. And Leeds nearly won it again high there, Joseph. Ajay. Good tackle. It's a poor game, everyone, though. Really poor game. Slap a like on the video, everybody. Oh, will be a few instant match reaction as well. Mowat launches it wide right. Furlong. Intercepted by Firpo. Cleared. Joseph. Rothwell. And Purdue. Oh, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something which ignites. I mean, Firpo, just brain dead passing of a football. Leeds are playing it in triangles. Firpo gets the ball, hoofs it straight the way back to West Brom's centre backs. We're so careless on the ball, everybody. That's what's coming across here. And at least with Rutter, you used to. And Martin R said, stop talking about Rutter. We have to bring up Rutter because this is what we're talking about right now. We've got no one in that number 10 who can do what he does in terms of just bringing Leeds up the pitch, creating something. Every time we get the ball at the fullbacks, it just gets pinged up forward because they've got nobody to thread the ball into. West Brom free kick. You what? Needs to start Rothwell, yeah. Here we go. Ball in. And West Brom have just missed the right chance. Carl Bartley. Well, the worst thing is there, the lino's on side. He's offside. Delivers the ball in. The line. When he plays this pass, the linesman's in line with him and he's offside. And he bottles it and doesn't put his flag up. Right, Rothwell. Corner Leeds. They don't like it at the back and we're not pressing them. It's staggering, isn't it? The Leeds can win this game. They're not very good. They're really not very good. But do we have enough quality? Rothwell's already made a big difference. Come on, Leeds. Nice if Rodon could actually get his head on it. For a guy who's like 6'2", 6'3". Rothwell anyway. Ball in. Good ball. What a ball in from Rothwell. Whip on it. Oh, Strauch. Strauch's nodded it on. Again, our only threat from set pieces. He's nodded it on and no one's there at the back post. That's Joseph. That's where you should be. Back post. Rothwell, what a ball in. What a ball in from Joe Rothwell. What else does he need to do to start? What does he need to do to start? That's what a proper ball in is, everybody. Grueb not just beating the first man is a good ball. You've got to have whip and intent on that ball. Oh, no. And this is the thing as well, everybody. It's it feels like now, which is mental, Leeds are, because we've got no threat and open play here. It feels like we're completely relying now on set pieces. How mad it's mad. We're just having that conversation. It's mad now that we're relying as a team with so much threat. We're relying on set pieces. Ball played in, West Brom corner. We don't seem to be catching on to that ball that they keep doing. They keep doing a ball when they keep getting these stupid free kicks. They'll play the ball wide right and Leeds don't clock onto it. And then they're invariably getting chances from it. Awful chances where they're just lumping the ball in. But I guess Leeds are doing the same. This is a game of set pieces, not a game of pretty football. It's crap. And people can say, look, you know, West Brom are making it that game. Well, Leeds can definitely set our imprint on them. You know, we can definitely set our style of play on them. Darnell Furlong's proper trying to bully Nonso in this game. Ball in. Melee punches. Don't know what he's doing. And he's taking it. Catch the ball, you donut. Catch it. That's Ampadu. To be fair, he might not have been able to catch it. Bartley. I mean, there comes Jed Wallace. Yeah, in all fairness, I could have been wrong about that melee one. It just looked very, very normal melee where he just booted, you know, where he just done a melee. Right, Jed Wallace coming on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Center of attention again. Here he comes. Good lad, Peru, holding his shirt for him. Come on, Paddy. We know you're going to make the difference. 76 minutes. Here we go. World-class centre-forward play against... Joe, I'd rather not have a sub. I'd literally rather not have a sub. Go on then, Daniel. You tell him what to do for the next 13 minutes. Yeah. What are you telling him?
I think, you know, we place the ball, and I think I will get incredibly hard if you score a goal, Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, the Leeds away crowd for Patrick Bamford, it's absolutely staggering. It's absolutely staggering. This guy'd score 15 own goals and he'd still get Patrick Bamford. Probably. Oh. We'll never get these 90 minutes back, will we? Never. Here he is, the king. Here comes Joseph. Maybe don't put both on. That'd be too dangerous. That'd be too dangerous, Mr. Farker. Don't put 2 on. It's not an internal battle. Joseph starts over him all the time. What? Join us on the match reaction, everybody, where we'll be really, really delving into all this quality match action that we've seen. Yeah, it's going to be really eventful. Anyway, West Brom the counter again. I'm honestly trying to keep you updated as much as I can, everybody. It's really difficult, this one. Really difficult. Yeah. Mowat. Egan. You got to feel sorry for Leeds fans going down for that, haven't you? The golf episode of me and Rihanna was better than this. Bamford, he's 28, isn't he? He does look old. I think Bamford looks older, you know. I'm 28. He's 30 now. I don't know why I think he's 28. I've said that before on a thing. I don't know why I think he's. Yeah, I don't know why I think he is. Does he look older than me, Jack?
Yeah.
What does everyone in the chat think? Do you think Bamford looks older than me? Because we're the same age. I think it's by like a month as well.
Yeah, September.
Is it September? 3rd of September, exactly a month older than me, everyone. Riveting conversation. Oh, dear. More golfing, less Leeds. Stay positive, Connor. And that they said stay positive. Connor then underneath it just said Valium football. Cheers, Charlie. Ampadu got the long throw. We've just turned into a set piece team. Ampadu trying to do a Darnell Furlong here. Is he going the right way? God. Picked the wrong weekend. Stop drinking. Ampadu. Headed out. Volleyed out. Oh, Melee's come out. Come on, Elan. Volleys it up. He just always looks at the ref, doesn't he, Bamford? Like, constantly, if he loses like a challenge, he won't even like run back to try and get the ball back. He'll just look at the ref as if he's just been angled the wrong way again. But yeah, we lose any sort of pace up front now. I'm not saying Joseph was the answer. He wasn't great in this game, I have to say. But yeah, don't really know what Bamford offers you here. Maybe a missed chance in the 90th minute. 3,000 of you in the building, everybody. I don't know what you're doing, but make sure you slap a like on this. Shout out to all of you guys. I mean, what a game this has been. Join me for the instant match reaction as well. I mean, I think the crowd's indicative of how bad this is, aren't they? The crowd just is so lifeless. Well, Dean Garner's coming on for West Brom. I think it's Devante Cole, I think. Oh, no, it's Lewis Dobbin, Everton. And here's Bamford. Oh, kicks the ball too far ahead of Nonso. Bogle plays it to Melee's right foot. Do you know what that means? Nonso. Ampadu. And we're going all the way back to Melee again. Connor Bamford plays like your golf swing. I know, mate. Aronson. I forgot he was even on the pitch, you know. Bamford plays it to West Brom again. Aronson presses. And it's cleared by the West Brom man. I feel like you know that Simpsons episode where it's like, he passes the ball to so-and-so. He passes the ball back to so-and-so. Back to so-and-so. You know, like when they're just playing it in a triangle.
Got him on Sky Sports today. Well, interviews asked him what sort of formation they'll think Man United. That was last night. Last night, I think they'll set up. He literally takes 10 seconds to respond. And he goes, "We'll see." When Hargreaves saying, he's like, "Yeah, we will see him." Anyway, yeah.
Jesus, we'll never get these minutes back, everyone. Oh, Ampadu throws the ball back out of play. Fucking hell, this is so bad. This is so bad. Jesus.
I like this is the end of the season.
Just seen something online. Listen to this. Perot plays like he's wearing jeans. Parts of me feels for him. He obviously doesn't want to be involved. That said, no excuse for how bad some of his control shielding has been. Willing on to have to carry this team entirely. Dan James, truly brain dead. Lots of talk about his lack of tech, and that's true, but his lack of brain is worse. The amount of times he's got caught flat-footed or asleep is staggering. What good is pace if you don't know how to use it? Oh, West Brom with a big chance. I've just come like I do care, but this game, I just want it to be over. I just have this has drained the life out of me. Goodness me. And this is what's a really good advert for the post-match, if you guys want to come along and endure that. West Brom here on the right-hand side. Looks like Leeds are probably not going to get another attack towards the back end of the game. So it's, can we keep West Brom out? That's the task now. Can we keep an average West Brom side out who are just hoofing the ball up? We just can't even get the ball. We're just such a lack of physicality. Fellows. No. Bogle boots the ball too far ahead of Nonso, and he's not going to get there, is he? Jaden Bogle's been atrocious. Real opportunity for Leeds to break there. Bogle boots the ball into the air. Oh, is it? Liverpool 2-0. Come on, Melly. A bit of intent, fella. Do we want to win the game? No. Bamford nearly boots the ball out of play. Nonso, play it back. If you're Nonso, you just want to get out, don't you? If you're Nonso, you just want to get out. We've literally, and it's what we said before the game. If you want any sort of indication of how crap our attack is without Rutter, Firpo's just shit. Sorry. He's not, he's not, but he's playing crap. Awful. Don't worry, though. Farkas post-match.
We've improved on last season. Last season we came here and lost to there. Thought we battled well, and with the turmoil of what happens midweek, it's a great result for the side.
Wait for that. That's coming next. One shot on goal the entire game. Only one team trying to win this game, people. No, Paul, I didn't say that, mate. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I didn't say Nonto was distinctly. Let's not start this. He's disinterested. Let's not start this because we know what bandwagon this starts. Everybody's disinterested. Not having that tripe, mate. He's not disinterested. He's just the one carrying the entire forward line now by himself. But we keep getting told Dan James is better. Let's see Nonto leave, and then Dan James can carry the attack, and let's see how good we are then. Bamford. Get him off! Garbage, man. Just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Pass it, Bamford, you absolute numbnut. Shout out to you, Dan. It's painful, mate. Football is meant to be insane. It is hideous, mate. And he'll come out after this. You know what's going to be said. You know what's going to be said. It's a good point away from home. It's an improvement on last season. The talkers going at it again. It's not good enough. This ain't good enough. Nowhere near good enough. And I get there's the depth, but he ain't getting enough from this team. He ain't getting enough from it. Strout, player of the match. I'd probably agree with that. Our only goal threat. Only goal threat we've had is Strout. Gruev lost the ball. Just garbage ball again by Gruev. What an awful game he's had. Awful game he's had. Nothing about his balls into the box. Yeah, Chris, that's it. He's overrated, mate. Let's see when he goes what happens, mate. Don't worry, Dan James will fire us up, mate. See how that goes. Nonto's overrated. I've seen Rutter's overrated. Somerville was overrated. Rafinha was overrated. Seems like these snap judgments really work for us. Fellows. Yeah. Terrible game of football. Well, guys, we'll be instant match reaction after this, so see you then. Has it stopped yet? No? Aronson, man. Aronson's a meme, isn't he? Oh my God. End the game, man. I don't care anymore. End the frigging game. Just end the game. Oh my God. Huh? Well done, Leeds. What a great half. Yeah, that was unbelievable. Fantastic. Great game of football, everybody. We'll see you in a sec for the instant match reaction. Jesus Christ.